Welcome to another episode of Decentro Talkies. This is me, Raunak Dembla, part of the founding team of Decentro and leading business development here. And today I am in conversation with Arun Iyer. Arun is the co-founder and the chief product officer of Galgal. He has been an industry veteran, comes with a lot of experience in the technology, consulting, and the service industry, having worked with companies like Tech Mahindra, Cognizant. He's spent a lot of time working, building out products and solutions, and post which has taken the jump to become an entrepreneur and build out Galgal. Arun and I I've had the privilege rather of working with Arun and Harsh for the last 1.5, 2 years, wherein we've had this exciting journey of building out Galgal. And today it gives me immense pleasure to be able to talk to you and to listen to your story and to bring out your story rather, Arun, and for the world to get to know what you guys are doing. So first of all, thank you so much. Everything, regardless of who you're building for. I think that's the best part about being a customer. So customer is a customer regardless of whether it's a business or a consumer. And that's what keeps you on your toes all the time, right? So you need to be able to kind of stay ahead of the curve, and that's something that we try to do. And probably a customer will be in a better position to actually tell us whether we do that or not. But I think at least the thought process is that, you know what, you need to be iterative. You need to stay ahead of the curve. You have to understand what is going to come up and try and build for that.
Right.
So I think that's the beautiful part of building a business. So, but yeah, absolutely. I think having seen your journey and having seen the entire journey that we've been on from trying to launch a neobank to launching this version of a personal finance management app. What have been the standouts for you in terms of your execution, right? So what have been the results that you've been able to generate? How many number of users have you been able to serve today? Do you have any statistics that you'd be able to share with us on the kind of impact that you've been able to have on the market? Would love to hear about that.
Yes, absolutely. And so yeah, I mean, of course, like any journey, right? There is a small teething period, right? And we went through that. But I think the last 4.5 months, right, since the beginning of this year. So we formally launched in November and December, right? And the numbers keep growing month on month. The transaction volumes have also increased once we get UPI on PPI as well, right? Because I think that will get a whole flow of transactions into the wallet. So that way, our journey has been good. I mean, sometimes it's a great feeling when you see a young 18, 19-year-old kid post your card on his or her Instagram saying that, hey, got my first ever card, right? So that's a great feeling. And these are kids who are in like remote tier 2 cities, small towns out there, right? And being able to enable them, being able to make them feel that they are in control of their money, right? And whatever small amount they may be, right? I'm sure they may not be earning huge amount of money. They are just probably coming out of college, getting some pocket money from their parents. But even making them feel that, hey, they exactly know how they are going to spend this money is a great feeling, right? So that's been a good journey. A lot of these users have given their feedback to us. And we, for example, rewards was something that a lot of, it's become a mandatory thing in the Indian context, right? But we wanted to sort of make it a little bit more interesting for users, not the run-of-the-mill rewards. So we are constantly working on doing campaign-based rewards, interesting gift vouchers, right? I mean, you could either give them back money, but we are giving them vouchers which they can use on some of the popular brands out there. And we are constantly improving that rewards and offers capability that we have so that people start, I mean, so that becomes also a mode of saving, right? You earn some extra money when you spend, and it also improves our brand reach and other things, right? So that's something that we are working. And yes, the overall feedback from the market is good. People, we are looking to build some kind of a community, right? So since we launched something called as campus ambassador, right? So we are reaching out to colleges, which is again a primary segment for us, and we are trying to identify brand ambassadors for us who will become sort of associated with us like an intern, right? So they will be associated with us for 6 months, 3 months, whatever period. But during that period, they will help us promote our product to their friends and in their colleges, right? So that's a good initiative. People are interested because it gives them that exposure as well as it gives us the good reach. So these are some of the various things that we have been working on to ensure that we get noticed in social media and digital marketing, and all of that is good. But at the end, despite being a online only company, you need to have that personal touch, right, with the end customer. Unless you have that touch, you won't go beyond a point. So that's something that we are constantly working on.
So Arun, could you walk us through what's in store for you as a product? So what is the Galgal product team thinking about? What is the next big feature that you're rolling out? What's that looking like for you?
Right. So very soon, almost next month, we will be coming with a digital gold investment offering, right? So this is just like a add-on. You're saving some money. Okay, where do you put it, right? So, and digital gold is a relatively safe. You can really invest small ticket sizes. So that's something we are offering. But the big thing for us is getting video KYC so that our users who are currently able to search, maybe use up to 10,000 rupees, can use the wallet for much larger amounts, right? And then added to video KYC is the PPI and UPI, right? That's again a very big capability. So once you have both these things, what you mean is you can literally use your wallet as your digital wallet. You keep loading it from whichever source you want throughout the month. Spend it in whatever way you want, whether you UPI or as a card or as an online e-commerce. So this becomes your single source of all your money transactions, right? So that's, I think, something that will really enhance the core features of our product, which is the budgeting and saving and the automation, the analytics. So I think these two things in the next 3 to 4 months, once they are out, I think we hope to see a much faster growth in our user base. And of course, the big ticket addition, which is again a part of our 6 to 12 months roadmap, is account aggregation, right? Because that's now where you are expanding it to much beyond your wallet to your savings account and other this thing. So that's again part of our core vision right from day one, and we are working towards getting that out as well.
That's an interesting mix, and that only makes me proud about the ecosystem that India has built today, because you mentioned UPI, you mentioned video KYC, you mentioned account aggregator, and these are things that have made building products, that have made serving customers so much easier. And the kind of innovation that we've seen is truly tremendous. So it makes me really proud to be a part of this ecosystem and to be building around these products, right? You did mention about UPI. There is one statistic that I wanted to bring out in this conversation for the benefit of our listeners and viewers. About a year ago, there was actually, for the year 2022, Worldline came out with the statistic of the transaction volume of transactions in India. So all sorts of payment transactions, the volume of that was discussed, right? So I have the statistic right in front of me here. So for the year 2022, there was 8,792, so nearly 8,800 crore transactions that took place in India. And out of this, obviously, the biggest chunk was direct UPI, both P2P and P2M. So about P2 merchant, like peer to merchant, that is customers paying companies or merchants, was 40% of transactions. 44% was P2P. So people sending money to each other. That's taken up a large part of that market share. The other wallets that you look at, the Paytm, the MobiKwik, the whatever, PhonePe, Amazon wallet, these kind of platforms accounted for about 7% of the total transactions. The remaining was all cards. So 4% was debit cards, 3% was credit cards, and 2% was prepaid cards. And this is 2022 before UPI on PPI and the interoperability has really taken off.
Right.
And what is really exciting for me when I look at the statistic for the prepaid instrument sector is what UPI can do to this space, right? So from a market share of 2%, I can really see this, kind of taking on a large chunk of that 44% market share that UPI P2P transactions have taken up. Because with full KYC coming in, your limits are increasing, people are going to start loading money. People find it actually much more safe and comfortable to use prepaid cards because you don't have to worry about fraud, right? Your bank account, you don't have the fear in the back of your mind that, hey, if I use my debit card, this will wipe out my bank account. At the most, it's going to wipe out the money in their mind, although it doesn't happen in reality. At the most, it's going to wipe out the money that you've loaded into this prepaid wallet. So people find it safe and secure to use this product. You're helping them with analytics, which a lot of banks don't do. You're helping them to save and spend. And with UPI coming in and full KYC coming in for you, you're going to be able to address such a big market share, which is the biggest chunk of payments in India. And you're also bringing in something like an account aggregator, which is going to make it a fantastic, I would say, cocktail of features to offer for your customers. So I think as a fintech enthusiast, I'm super excited about the kind of things that you're able to do and to see really this play out over the next couple of quarters. And can't wait to see how this will, be built and work on this together with you, Arun. But
and so just on when you mentioned when you mentioned that statistics, right? So I was also looking at the UPI numbers, right? And you rightly said UPI is really almost ubiquitous, right? You cannot survive without that nowadays, right? If you're in the payments space. So last month, I think they did. So the numbers that you spoke, right? Just a monthly number of transactions is about 890 crore transactions, right? In a month that is happening, and about 14 lakh crores in value, right? So if you just put the numbers, that's like each per transaction average value is 1500 rupees. So all the people think that UPI are only those 50 rupees, 100 rupees that you pay to your bhajiwala. That is not the case, right? People are doing large value, right? When you go to a mall and you're maybe spending 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 rupees, people are still using UPI to pay that, right? And that's where I think it becomes interesting for the PPI, the prepaid wallet space, because that was seen as a little bit restrictive, but now with you being able to use UPI and also the chance that you may earn interchange, right, with the 1.1% interchange that merchants will get on transactions about 2,000 rupees, that's going to make that a much more viable proposition for the providers, right, and of course the users, right, as you rightly said. Now it's like yesterday or maybe 10 years back, I used to go to the ATM every time I wanted some cash, withdraw 1,000, 5,000, whatever was my weekly requirement, spend it on cash, and then go again to the ATM. Right now, your prepaid wallet is equivalent to your wallet. You top it up as many times you want during the month, right? And correctly you said, you're not worried that your bank account is being exposed to any kind of fraud. It's always a limited amount in your wallet. You can hold balances up to 2 lakhs if you want, if you had a full KYC wallet. So that's going to change the game for the wallet space. People were thinking that there's a kind of saturation that has come. UPI is going to sort of kill that market. But I think NCPI has done a great job of combining these two things to make that prepaid cards a equally viable proposition, right? And I think that is the great thing about the Indian digital ecosystem. I think we are all lucky to be part of this evolving ecosystem, because there is so much scope for innovation, right? Every day, of course, on the other side, there are also, right, when you innovate, you have to ensure you are within the boundaries of regulations that have been put, like we have seen, right? Some of the businesses have gone completely bust, especially in the prepaid world. But still, the opportunity is there if you are operating within the boundaries and leveraging the technology levers that are available, right? That is the digital stack, right? From Aadhaar, UPI to account aggregation framework, and now ONDC, right? So each of these innovations have really helped transform the entire marketplace for a user base that has learned to live in that kind of space, right? We are the user base mindset is changing so fast, and that's where, as an organization, we have to keep up with these changing technologies, and that's been core to our vision as well, right? That how do we keep investing time and effort in identifying these changes in the marketplace, availability of new technology, and try and integrate it into our platform so that it becomes available to our customer base.
Yeah. And the heartening thing about a lot of the things that we spoke about is all of these unique innovations that you're talking about in India are public good. It's not a company that's sitting innovating and saying that, okay, you know what, it's only accessible to a certain crowd.
Absolutely.
When these innovators are sitting and thinking about building these products, they're thinking about people in tier 3, tier 4 cities. They're not thinking about you and I, because you and I are covered. They're ensuring that these are public rails that everybody is going to get access to. So true democratization of financial services is this, right? This is the example of that, if there was ever anything like that.
And talk of capitalist economy, and there can't be a better capitalist ecosystem like what we are creating in India, right? Whoever is able to innovate the best and fastest will obviously get a chunk of the market share here.
Yeah, true. I think, this is what excites us, right? This is what drives us to do what we're doing. I think I can relate to this excitement. Every time I talk to people about it, I'm sure that's what's driving you as well. And you get to see the impact that you're actually being able to deliver with your end customers. So it's great to be doing what we're doing on a daily basis here in India. So I think on that note, we would love to quickly summarize. If there's any other points that you would like to mention, Arun, open to hearing from you about that.
No, I think as you rightly said, the journey has been great, both for me at least personally and professionally. It's been great. What's interesting, right, about this is that every day you get to meet and work with entrepreneurs, like-minded people who are doing different things, right? And we work a lot with third parties, and it's interesting to see how each one approaches the same problem in a slightly different way. Right, and that journey has been really enlightening. I do hope that we will continue. Right, we've been on this journey. We have really, both of us are in the similar trajectory, right? And I'm sure Decentro has in its roadmap a lot of new business ideas, and we would love to continue leveraging from your experiences and the kind of innovation you all are bringing to table, so that we can jointly take these innovations to the market.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for this wonderful conversation, Arun. For all the listeners and viewers out there, if you've not yet tried Galgal, please do go ahead. It's available on both the Play Store as well as the App Store. Download it, give it a go, and I'm sure that you'll not be disappointed. And do share about your experience on Galgal's social media handles. I think we'll plug that down in the description, Arun, so that people can start reaching out to you as well. And we'll share all of these details in the description. So do reach out to Arun if you have any questions about Galgal, and I'm always available on LinkedIn if you'd like to know anything about what we've discussed. On that note, fantastic conversation, really exciting stuff that was discussed. Thank you so much for your time, Arun, and really looking forward to seeing the next phase of your journey.
Yeah, looking forward. Thank you so much, Raunak.
Thank you.